Airline Tycoon was developed by Spellbound and released in Germany in 1998. It would have never ended up in my American household in 2003, except for the fact that it was re-released 6 goddamn times. And if you're thinking, Spellbound who? Fear not, because they released the Starsky and Hutch video game. So now you know exactly who we're talking about. Airline Tycoon is a game about quietly and nefariously grinding 3 opposing airplane moguls into the dirt. The campaign missions give you a task like transport however many passengers, or be the first to pay off your debt, and you try to do this by managing your planes and picking the best flights. It's simple at its core, but once you start adding regular routes and buying branch offices in other parts of the world, things can get a little complicated. And of course, your competitors will always be there to ever so subtly annoy you when you're trying to get those tasks done. What makes this game stand out in my mind is the visuals and the character. This game has a ton of character, and 1998 was a great year for that between games like Banjo-Kazooie and Grim Fandango, but it's really rare to see it in a Tycoon game. And let's be real, if this game were all spreadsheets, 8-year-old me would have never played it. Look, that man's smoking in the hangar. I don't think that's allowed.
Please stop smoking here, it's not allowed.
I can't believe my ears. This is my workshop, and here I say what is allowed and what's not.
Please stop smoking here, it's not allowed.
That's enough. Get out.
Well, I guess that's just the sort of attitude you'd expect from Mr. Jack Plain himself. Anyway, even the playable characters have personality, each with their own office and their own national motif, be it Spanish, Russian, Italian, or Italian again? No, I guess this guy's supposed to be German. Okay, Siggy, we'll let it go. Part of the charm of this game also lies in the silly puzzles that you can solve outside of the real business. Sometimes there are pieces of the environment that you can just sort of pick up, and somebody will want them, usually meaning that they'll give you something for them. So go ahead, just pick that tarantula right up, put it in your pocket, that's fine. Everything's fine, we're just gonna take it right over here to this guy, oh my god. This game came to America in 2001. I'm gonna let that sink in for a moment. Okay, so the sabotage options range from mildly obnoxious pranks to thinly veiled murder attempts. You can sabotage the planes themselves or your rivals personally, and this carries over to multiplayer as well, where something as simple as bacteria in the coffee can end up with your friend being stuck in the bathroom for several hours while you get all the good charters and they get nothing. But if that seems too high school to you though, you could also just go big. Holy crap, Mario! Eats a bomb! Anyhow, this game brings a lot to the table and I find it really impressive. It's obvious a lot of care was put into it. You gotta remember, in 1998, games still looked like this, and even pre-rendered footage looked like this. It's obvious that aside from the nostalgia factor, that doesn't really stand up today. And even though this game runs in 640 by 480, I feel like it still holds up visually even so. I haven't found another management game yet that really makes me feel what this one does, between the visuals, the gameplay, and the humor. Which is a real shame, because getting this game to run today is an exercise in self-torture. Even for the digital release on Steam, there are bad reviews about how it doesn't work or something goes wrong halfway through. And if you're trying to run the game off the disc, like me, be prepared to spend several hours confused and alone. Compatibility options aren't going to help you, and it's not a DOSBox game, so DOSBox can't hear your cries for help. It's worth it though, because in the first class release, the first English release of the game, the Saboteur sounds like this.
What do you want, weakling? Something about a competitor, I guess.
And in all subsequent releases, he sounds like this.
What do you want, weakling? Something about a competitor, I guess?
I don't know what went wrong there, and nobody wants to tell me. In conclusion, this game packs a punch. Between sabotage, routes, last-minute flights, cargo, old planes, new planes, personnel, oil prices, there's a lot to juggle. For me, it gets a bit tedious after a while, but it's also a good way to kill several hours. Back in the day when you had your whole family crammed into the designated computer room, overheating while everybody tried to use the dial-up at once, it seemed like a great idea to just load everybody into a LAN game. I don't know if it fills that same sort of niche today, but the game left an impression on me when I was little. Mostly it gave me unrealistic expectations regarding money.
Is anything wrong? Can I help you?
No. Everything's all right. Thank you all the same. This bank provides an excellent service.
Oh, look at what a nice day it is, just taking a walk in my backyard, and hey, that's a quarter. Well, I'm gonna fucking take that. Boy, howdy. Wait. Oh man, to be rich. Remember all those cheat codes old games used to have? Cheat codes that let you accomplish your goals just by typing something like winning, or cheat codes that let you become famously rich by... Oh no. Hey everyone, thanks for watching this first episode of Nostalgia Trip. While I've got you all held captive staring at my subscribe button, I wanted to take the time to go over the Airline Tycoon manual, because this thing is fucking thick. Look at that. It's about 65 pages, all in perfectly good English, which is better English than the game sometimes. It's roughly equivalent to a tutorial and a strategy guide all in one. Probably the most useful parts being up front here, a guide to the keyboard shortcuts that get you around the airport way faster than trying to scroll individually to every place, which can take some time. And then this part in the back here, ignoring the order form, which is an appendix with all the different plane specifications, like how many passengers they can hold and their fuel consumption. It's just super helpful so you can remember what planes you have and what they're capable of, which is something I forget all the damn time. Other interesting parts, if you go up here, it actually calls out the fact that the computer players have different AI, so you should pick your player character based on whom you have the most trouble beating, which is crazy to me because it seems like this sort of like cheaty tactic that players would come up with, not something that the devs would advertise. It's just something you don't get in new games often, I guess, if you get a manual at all. Anyway, seriously, thanks for watching. If you're interested in Airline Tycoon, it's only $10 on Steam, and if you have technical issues, feel free to return it. But I'd really love to hear the opinions of anybody who's checking it out for the first time because of me. Thanks again, and happy gaming.